Hello, this is Harwin from Missy Wolf podcast. So today the podcast is about decisions. It's the key out of slums. So a lot of times I'm not really uh, qualified as a maybe psychologist or those kind of things. But when people are down or depressed, what I've read is that they're not making decisions in their life, and maybe if they're in a slump and those kind of things. Slump as in a lot is the momentum is wrong and momentum is not going on. They haven't accomplished a lot in those days, or they've not made much progress in those, maybe, yeah, in the work or whatever they're up to. So decision making helps you that it's kind of an exercise for your mind. And if you're down and out about, so decisions is something that gets you out. And decision can be anything, as in you can just make a decision to go out and buy a few things, or maybe go for a walk, decide to do this, decide to walk instead, decide to maybe read, decide maybe you can play a video games. You have to make a lot of decisions when you are playing a video game. You have to decide when to jump, when to shoot, when to walk, maybe when to duck, and those kind of things. And when you do all those kind of things, and video games are a good example because they are looked at very negatively by people, and sometimes it can become addicting and those sort of things. But it's a good for decision making, because when you're playing these kind of games, you make a lot of decisions in a short amount of time, and it gets your mind racing. And you make when you make a lot of kind of decisions, so automatically you maybe are out of that downward slump or depression and those kind of things. And here I'm meaning depression as kind of a sad thing, not clinically. I'm not sure about those kind of things, but if you're sad and those kind of slumps, it really helps if you're making decisions. And decisions, there are a lot of times there are decisions that you've been avoiding taking, and those are the other things. So if you make 5-10 decisions, if you get into the momentum of making those decisions, so you get into momentum kind of thing, that you start making a lot of decisions. So the decisions that you've been avoiding, those also you start and take action on these. So this is the place where I'm coming from when I say that you need to make decisions. So uh, there's a quote for social networks, that people don't go to social networking sites because they're trying to make a decision. They go to social networking sites because they're trying to avoid making a decision. So thing is that it's all right, a lot of people avoiding making a decision. And I can't tell you what decision to make, and you probably know that this is something that may need to make a decision, whether it's continuing with a friend, or maybe they have to break up with your lover, or maybe you have to leave some place, or maybe you have to quit something, maybe you have to start something, maybe you have to stop doing something that is destructive, or maybe quit your job, maybe move to other places, start a hobby, start swimming, start exercising, those kind of things. So you have to make a decision. So if you start with small decisions, it is easier to go on to the bigger decisions in your life. So it's a way out of slump. So whenever you are stuck somewhere that you're not able to function or decide, or just stuck somewhere, so decisions are important. So if you recognize that if you just start making some decisions, even small decisions, it will build momentum that you can do. And what is maybe this founders and entrepreneurship and those kind of things, what is it exactly anyway? So these are just people who are making decisions. So decision making is important. A lot of people think they're making decisions, but It's the same kind of decision. They're going at the same job, they're drinking at the same bar, they're ordering the same food, or they're watching the same shows. So a lot of times they are not actually generally making any decisions. So decisions are important in your life, and good or bad, it doesn't matter. Sometimes you just have to make a decision, because if you continue not deciding, it gets you at a slump, or just immobile, and stops your progress. So it's okay if a bad decision is made, but a decision is made nevertheless. So that's all. This is Harwin from Messi Wolf, signing out.